Hey guys, doing this? Mike the Star Turtle. This is my review for Game of Thrones, Season 6, Episode 7, The Broken Man. This is really late. This is really late. I know that. I'm sorry. Today was a pretty eventful, tough week. I'd rather... And some might argue, might even... Because Game of you see, Episode 8 is about to start. Like, literally, it's already started. I'm going to watch it on HBO Go, and, like, the second I'm done with this, recording this. So it's not really much of a point doing it now. But I'm a completist. I said I would complete this season, so I'm going to keep doing every episode. So hopefully I'll get the next episode done at a more reasonable time than this. But I can't promise anything because it's just been happening right now. But yeah, so the Broken Man. The Hound lives. I mean, there's always a possibility we never actually saw him die. But then again, we never saw Stannis either, and I'm pretty sure he's dead at this point. But the Hound is alive, all thanks to good old Al Swearingen in his reincarnated British state. I'm sorry. All thanks to good old Reverend Ray. Not Reverend. What's his name? Ray. His name is Ray. Played by good old Ian McShane. So that's always good to see him in anything. Yeah, a lot of people are kind of pissed that he's only in this episode. But I remember I heard that he was only going to be in one episode, so I was prepared for that. It would have been, like I said, I would have loved to see him more, but what are you going to do? At least he showed up at all. I mean, Mance wasn't in there much longer. Like, Kieran Haynes, was 4 episodes altogether? But his character was more integral to the story. Ray is really only integral to the Hound story. But it was nice seeing a bunch of pacifist people just trying to make it in what I believe to be the Riverlands. It's never really made clear for sure. Probably the Riverlands. And they're all probably refugees from all the wars who have nowhere else to go. I mean, they're kind of exposed out in the open like that, but what are you going to do? Because they got nowhere else to go. And the Hound was just he's just kind of helping him build this church or whatever the hell it is, or townhouse, because he's got nothing else to do himself. He's recovered mostly. He's definitely got, despite everything that's happened to him, he's still walking. And he really seems like he's kind of depressed. But he actually takes some of the stuff that Ray says to heart, like Ray telling how his time as a soldier for who he served doesn't really matter, but he did some nasty shit. And but he was like, it's never too late to redeem yourself. I mean, we kind of feel bad for Theon, and we used to feel bad for Jaime. So I'm sure if the Hound can be redeemed too, he's already taking, like I said, he's taking it to heart. And then they all get killed except for the Hound, who's somehow was conveniently not there when it happens. When apparently the Brotherhood banners come in, and the Hound's telling Ray, look, dude, you gotta, if you can't fight, at least run, because they're gonna come and they're gonna take what they want, and there's nothing you can do to stop them without weapons. So what you actually, the Hound didn't actually tell me. I would fight the Hound. If I said, if you can't fight, just run. Then just don't fucking stay here. Hide somewhere until they come through. And but Ian McShane's hand, everyone else has arrows in them. Brotherhood without banners once again, proving that they may end up being the greatest threat to everyone by the end of the show. That's instead of the White Walkers. So we'll see what happens with that. But the Hound's definitely out for revenge now, which is awesome to see. Interesting that they did a cold opening. That was interesting. That was only because they didn't want to reveal the Hound actors in the name of the Hound's actor in the credits. So I guess that makes sense. But still weird to have it in the middle of the season like that. It's only happened a couple times, and it's always happened either in a premiere. So before I forget, I actually forgot to mention a couple things last time. One will actually be able to segue into what happens in this episode. But first, I totally forgot to talk about Sam and Gilly last episode, my last review. And that was kind of hard to watch. Him just getting totally shit on by his father. But at least his mother and his sister seemed to love him despite that. So there wasn't no love in his household. But his father's a piece of shit. And loyal to the Lannisters too. At least if they're going with the books. They don't really talk about it in the show, but eventually Gilly lets it slip that she's a wildling while trying to defend Sam, because he's not defending himself very much. Now to be fair, Sam he's desperately trying to make sure that they don't send her away or kill her the second he leaves. So I can understand why he's trying to be neutral no matter what happens. But finally, the Gilly just couldn't take it anymore. Revealed that she was a wildling, and of course his father gets even more pissed. Talks about how his sword, which his Valyrian steel sword, whose name I don't even remember. That's one of the very few Valyrian steel swords left in Westeros. and how Sam has no right to hold it. And in all honesty, Sam ain't a warrior. He's a good man. He'll probably make a good maester, but he'll never be a good warrior. He didn't even get one shot in last season. That fight scene, that at least he got rewarded. He got rewarded by for saving Gilly by fucking her, but he didn't get one shot in. And he still, after everything he's been through, he should have fucking lost weight. I'm sorry. Anyway, sorry, it's a rant. But yeah, he stole the sword on his way out. He finally realized that, yeah, he couldn't leave her there. Though, to be fair, I don't know where she's gonna go. He still can't bring her to Old Town with him. And I don't know. I guess it would have been nice if he had. This is not my idea, but someone else, another reviewer said that it'd be nice if he could have left a bag of bread, in its place. But now will it ultimately be the best decision though? Will his father send people after him or not? I don't know. We'll see what happens. We certainly didn't see them again in this episode. So anyway. So back to the other thing I missed last episode. We finally got to see Walder Frey and the Freys again. Walder Frey's kind of pissed that the Blackfish is taking back River Run, and he's pissed with his sons for fucking up. So he's sending his sons to take back River Run. Remember is Catelyn Stark's old home before she married Ned. And the Blackfish is her uncle, not her father or great uncle, I think. Your great. No, I think it's great. Yeah, I think it's her uncle. So the Lannisters, after what happened last time, Jaime and the Lannister army got sent to the Riverlands. Pretty much no other reason to get him sent away from King's Landing, so he's not in the picture. He's not in the picture anymore. And if I get to see Bronn again, it's the longest we haven't seen Bronn in like I guess I've heard that there are issues between him and and Lena Headey. That they apparently had a relationship, and that went badly, so they can't be seen. They can't be in the same room together. That's a rumor. I don't know if that's true, but also heard that he wanted a lot more money too, and they didn't want to pay him. So that's another reason. Well, again, those are both rumors. But Bronn is back, and he's kind of been goaded into not really goaded, just kind of forced drafted into being Jaime's second command in the Lannister army, and he's like, I don't want to do this anymore. And I feel like he'd be bored if he went back to Castle being a lord's life. But at the same time, I guess I can't blame him because he's gonna have enough of all this shit. Just wants to keep fucking and drinking and leave the fighting just to other younger people. And I love his little line about when Jaime's tries to remind him that Lannister always pays. When Jaime's trying to remind Bronn that Lannister always pays his debts and Bronn just interrupts him saying that just don't fucking say like, we get it. I've heard it a million fucking times. You know what? I still haven't, as far as I'm concerned, my debt still hasn't been fucking paid. So just don't fucking say it. I'm done. Just stop fucking saying it. I'm done. Well, he's not done, but he's had enough of that, and I don't blame him. Fuck the Lannisters. Sorry for overdoing that little rant right there, but so they're back on the scene, and we got to see him last episode. We got to see Bruce from Rome. Again, as the Blackfish's nephew, Catelyn's younger brother, the last surviving Tully aside from the Blackfish. And the Freys threatened to kill him, but then they automatically back down. The second they back down, first he takes the rope off, then he puts a knife to his throat. Like, if you're not gonna hang him, you ain't gonna slit his throat either. Like, you fucking idiot. The Freys really are idiots. They got lucky. No, they didn't get lucky. They Robb and Catelyn let their guard down because the whole guest right thing in the north. They let their guard down, and all the other northern armies who were with the northern army bannermen who were with Robb at the Red Wedding were let their guard down because of that, and they all got slaughtered because of that. That's the only reason they wanted at the Red Wedding. And then because everyone was drunk. I think also that's never really stated for sure, but I think the Boltons were there too. So the Boltons, Bannerman probably helped the Freys do that as well. So, but now when it comes to actually stuff besides that, except for that one surprise attack that they did, now they can't fight war for shit. Like they can't even do a proper siege, and even Bronn's better at doing sieges than they are. Like he's like, dude. God, the Lannister army is in charge, laying siege to River Run now. Looking forward to seeing that. I don't know how much of a battle it'll be, but we'd get to see Jaime slap. I think it was Black Walder. I don't remember if he's Walder's first or second son. But we got to see his ass get bitch slapped by Jaime's prosthetic arm. That was funny, and a brief confrontation between Jaime and the Blackfish, Edmar Tully, and Tully's basically like, I'm I'm gonna stay here for at least another 2 years. We got enough food, so either you attack us or you starve us out. I got 2 years. I do have 2 years, and Jimmy tries to persuade him to try to take to surrender and like, you know, save the lives of his men, but he won't do it, and I don't really blame him at this point. Because I don't know for sure if maybe Jamie would, but I don't even know if anybody else would keep their word and let them live, especially now. It does not look like they're going to be helping. It would be going to be much help to Sansa and Jon, but yeah. Hopefully, get to see a conclusion to that next episode. Next episode is actually called "The Battle of River Run." So Sansa and Jon going all around trying to get the northern houses to their side. They're not very successful. They get the wildlings, if no other reason than because the wildlings know that if they don't fight the Boltons now with Jon, then they will have to later. And this is all this wasting more time trying to prepare for the White Walkers. They think the White Walkers are going to come. They need to unite. They get back Winterfell, unite the North now. They can't wait any longer. And of course, Wan was like, "Snow," and then drops the mic. That's cool. In the Mormonts, although what's left of them, there aren't many Mormonts. What's her name? The 11-year-old Mormont. The actress they got her is actually pretty decent. She's not. I don't think she's as great as a lot of people were saying, but she's good. But it was nice that Sansa and Jon tried, but I loved her line, Lady Mormont's little line about, Are you a Stark, Sansa, or are you a Bolton or a Lannister? I've heard conflicting reports. That was funny. But ultimately, it's Davos who convinces her by reminding her about the White Walkers. And Mormonts are known for believing in that side. I think there's always a Stark. There's always going to be a Stark who takes the black. I think there's always going to be like a Mormont who takes the black as well. So they know both those houses take the Mormonts. Both those houses take the wall more seriously than most other houses in the North. The Glovers, who just took back Deepwood Mott from the Ironborn, with the help of the Boltons, have no desire to fight any more war, especially considering how little support that the Starks have at this point. And they reminded Sansa of some of the shitty mistakes that Robb made that ultimately cost him the war. Just marrying Talisa was a stupid move. At least when he did it. At least not. He should have just waited. And that cost him. And yeah, so they got a little bit from a couple other houses which we didn't see. I can understand why Jon wanted to move, because they don't want another storm coming, especially with the White Walkers moving closer to the wall every day. And if they breach the wall before they're ready, the North and everyone is lost. Doesn't matter who sits in Winterfell. And Sansa, with no other options, has to send a raven to Littlefinger. People are saying that they don't know for sure who it is, and it is, of course, it's Littlefinger. Who the fuck else would it be? There's no one else who would send a raven to at that point, because she knows she's got no one else. She's still not telling anyone about it. I mean, it is a smart thing to do, but she still hasn't told Jon about it. I'm not entirely sure if it's because she's afraid that Jon is going to be upset, or because she just doesn't presents the fact that her bastard brother is more in control than she is. I don't know. Maybe a little both. It's always a little both in this show. But I don't know. But yeah, so they've got somewhat of an army. It's not enough. And we're going to see somewhat of an army. Somewhat of a battle at some point. I remember they still have the Boltons still have the Kyle Starks and the Umbers, so it's gonna be a tough fight. And they camped in the same place Stannis' army camped. I wouldn't have done it because it was a bad omen. But then again, I guess strategically it's the best thing. King's Landing. Of course we knew Of course we knew Marjorie was playing everybody. She's playing the long game, and she's able to slip a note into Lady Olenna to let her know that she is not. She's still from Highgarden. She's still a Tyrell. She hasn't given up on anybody, but you still need to get the hell out of there. It was interesting seeing the High Sparrow trying to convince her to go sleep with Tommen and make an heir. Because, in all fairness, they need to, because there are no heirs. If Tommen were to suddenly die right now, there'd probably be a fucking civil war because there's no one else to take the throne. And that's the last thing we need right now. That, and I'm sure he probably wants someone who can indoctrinate from infancy. He can indoctrinate from infancy. So probably a little both. Again. Love the little conversation between Lady Olenna and Cersei. Like Cersei's finally like Olenna. I still don't really like Olenna that much. She's a cool character, but I still, in the grand scheme of things, she's not that good of a person either. She still ultimately cares about her own house first, doesn't care about the people. But anyway, I finally did love her conversation with Cersei. Like finally, like you're the worst. No, I don't even know if you're the worst person I met because I met so many fucking terrible people in my years. But this is all happening because of you. You have no one left. You have no support left. Your own family has disowned you. The people of the city hate you. You and your own son is ultimately ultimately more loyal to the highest than he is to you, and your brother lover is gone. And I almost thought she would get in anger. She would take the mountain and have her kill Lady Olenna at that point almost, but because she you know how when she's back to a corner, Cersei can do some stupid shit. She already does stupid shit, but she does even crazier stupid shit when she's back to a corner. There's a reckoning coming, and I'm looking forward to watching it. That's for damn sure. We're finally get to see the mountain, the zombie mountain, whatever the hell his name is, tear some shit up. We got Chicken with the Ironborn again. We find out Yara's a lesbian, or at least bi, or obviously. I mean, she again, like she's the leader of a bunch of people who, not a bunch of people, but a bunch of people who belong to a bunch of people who pride themselves on raping women, like taking women as assault, as taking women they conquer as their salt wife, whether they want to or not, or whether they're willing or not. So, I imagine Yara herself was probably taking a few salt wives herself. So fuck the Ironborn. I'm sorry. But her little pep talk with Theon was kind of moving. It was kind of tough love, but at the same time, you see by the look on her face, she really does love him. She does not want him to kill himself. When she says like, if you can't take it to kill yourself, she doesn't want him to do that. She wants him to drink. She knows she shouldn't have taken him in there. She should have just let him go somewhere. Let him go. Let's stay on the ship or something like that to a fucking brothel who's got no fucking dick. Like if her clit was removed, I don't know if she'd be as making as many jokes as she was right now. She needs to apologize because, like I said, even the creators of the show were like, she is really the only person who's ever loved Theon. Like, always loved him, even if they had some rocky moments. He actually let him finger bang her. Remember that in season 2? If she really was a lesbian, then she must have. Instead, like, she probably goes both ways. But if she really was a lesbian, to let a man, let alone her own brother, do that, she must have really wanted to humiliate him later. But that's still kind of weird. But not that I have a problem with incest. That's really like I said, it's the least bad thing that Cersei's done. But it's interesting to see what I don't know if they'll get to Meereen by the time this season's over. They might. But it's interesting to see them interact with Dany if she gets back, and we get a little bit of the old Theon back. Although I don't know if we really want the old Theon. The old Theon was kind of an asshole. But I did feel like there was a brief moment where he was like, after she left, he was like hesitant again. Like I really do think he realizes, yeah, the Ironborn are kind of shitty. I kind of never really should have gone back there. But he still loves his sister. He still loves his sister at least. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. I wonder though if he actually may end up siding with Dany and Tyrion over his sister, because just realizing that he wants to actually do some good and redeem himself, and he can't do that with the Ironborn, because the Ironborn are fuck the Ironborn. They're shitty people. Anyway, I think that's it. I'll apologize again for missing things last episode. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything this time either, because this is what happens when you don't take notes. I hate taking notes, and because I don't take notes, this is what happens. So I hope I didn't miss anything again this episode. It's getting late, and I want to watch the next episode before it gets too late, because I got to get up for work again tomorrow, like I said in the my last review. So I'm gonna go watch episode 8, and I'm really hoping some shit happens in it. But yeah, this is 2 episodes in a row with no Tyrion. I don't know if we've ever gotten that. Like literally 2 episodes in a row with no Tyrion. Have we ever gotten? I don't think we've ever gotten that. But that's pretty noteworthy. But anyway, all right. I will see you guys probably pretty soon when I review the next episode. So hopefully it won't be next week. But all right. Talk to you guys later. Have a good night.